Trim Keto Mama here. Hey, I wanted to come and talk to you a little bit today about how to plan. So I didn't say prep, I said plan. This is a tool that I use to make this lifestyle obtainable and practical. So this is something that I've done for a while now, and I call it meal planning. So what I do is I go to my Pinterest board. You can follow me on Pinterest if you'd like to. I have lots of keto boards. I have soups and sides and dishes and desserts and all kinds of fun stuff. And you can find me by Trim Keto Mama or by Lacey Correll, which is Laceycorrell. And you can follow my boards or pin some of the stuff that I've pinned if you'd like. So I literally open up my Pinterest, and I also go to the Trim Keto Mama Facebook group, and I scroll and I find things that sound good or that I feel like making. But I also include my family. So if my husband's standing there, or if next time I'm talking to him on the phone, I'll say, what sounds good for dinner this week? I'm getting ready to go to the store. And usually his answer is, whatever sounds good to you. Now my kids, on the other hand, if my kids are involved in some of the meal planning, they're more likely to eat the food too. So if my kids have specific requests like, oh gosh, some of their favorites are breakfast, they like spaghetti, which obviously we keto-fy it, but they also do gluten-free, so there's some differences in there in keto versus gluten-free. But I let them be a part of the planning, at least a little bit. Because if they have some ideas, they're more likely to eat those things that I end up making that they suggested. So what I do as I'm making my meal list, I have a piece of paper, and on half of it, I'm writing at the top, it says meal list, and on the other side, it says grocery list. And so I literally write the first thing, so breakfast. So then over here, I'm gonna write bacon, sausage, eggs, butter, everything I need to make breakfast. Now, if I have it in my fridge already, obviously I'm not going to write it down, but I got two lists on the same sheet of paper. And then I make my whole list. So sometimes I go get groceries for a week at a time, and sometimes I go get groceries for 2 weeks at a time. It just kind of depends on our month and our schedule. And then I rip off the meal plan part and I put that on the side of my refrigerator, because how many times have you bought ingredients for things and you're like, what did I buy that for? And what did I buy the celery for? And what did I buy that for? But if you have your list on the side of the fridge, you know exactly what those ingredients are for. And if you're like, ooh, I'm going to make meatloaf, you know you have everything to make it because it was on the list. Does that make sense? So that's how I keep this simple. I keep it simple and realistic and practical. I make two lists, a meal list and a grocery list, tear the meal list off, slap it on the side of the refrigerator, and go to the grocery store and have everything I need to make that's on that list. So that's what I do, and keep it super simple. If I don't do a lot of meal prep, but when I'm making something that tastes good left over, like chili, breakfast, things that taste really good left over, I make extra as I'm making it, so it doesn't feel like I'm prepping. Then we have extra. So for example, when I make chili, I'll double batch it, or really honestly, the batch I make is huge in itself. So I can freeze a couple quart-sized bags or just save it and eat it for lunch throughout the week. And so I don't necessarily prep, I plan, and then if I'm making something I can make extra of, like cream cheese pancakes or sausage egg scramble, things like that taste really good left over, then I'll just over make it. So I hope that helps you guys with your meal plan / prep to make this a maintainable lifestyle for you. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not, and go like the Trim Keto Mama Facebook group. You guys have a fabulous day.